A brief video on the 3 endings I did for Orion. Stick around. So in any album version of Orion that you hear, the bass is completely faded out by 7 minutes and 52 seconds, and the song ends at 8 minutes and 27 seconds, giving you 35 seconds of just James and Lars, no Cliff. If you listen to the isolated tracks of Orion at the end, there's 3 bass fills that are not part of the fade. So for me, getting those 3 bass fills onto the album was good enough. And this part right here, I just took from this part over here, and mission accomplished. I got the fills on there, and I extended past the part where the song ends at the gong. Done. Upon releasing what I thought would be my first of 2 versions of Orion, friend of this channel and fellow YouTuber Ian Rushforth suggested, what if the bass fills went on forever until the song ended, one up, one down until it was faded out? And I thought, that's not a bad idea, and it wouldn't be too hard to do. So I gave it a whirl, and it goes on to the end. And Ian actually counted, there's 6 additional fills until it fades out. So thanks, Ian, not too shabby. So this is my 3rd and final version of Orion. I call it the gong ending, and it's based off the isolated tracks ending. If you've ever heard a remix of Orion done from the isolated tracks, there's one problem with it. Whenever there's a solo, the rhythm tracks drop out. So if there's a bass solo, the rhythm bass drops out. If there's a guitar solo, the rhythm guitars drop out. What I've done is I've created a version using my Re-Remastered song. It has all the tracks, and I use the guitars and drums isolated tracks to end the song. Let me show you how I did it. So this was really problematic because I wanted to use the Re-Remastered song to the very end, and I couldn't because Lars starts a double bass 16th note pattern right around here, and it happens during the same time the fade begins, so I couldn't loop that. So I had to actually use the actual drums and the actual guitars from the isolated tracks to end the song. And how did I do that? Well, I used the 8 equalizers working together to help James and Lars be enhanced. So I have a James enhanced and a Lars enhanced. And then I used crossfades to basically blend them together. Get a little closer in here so you can see. So the Re-Remastered song, which is just basically the enhanced and the remaster, together, they fade out around the same time as the 4 James and Lars tracks fade in. And also because there's bass on this version baked in, I had to actually fade the actual Cliff bass part back in from a lowered point because there's 2 basses going on at the same time. But this is the seam right here. So why this moment? I'm going to show you why. Right here. As I said earlier, whenever there's a solo on the isolated tracks, the rhythm tracks just drop out. So I used the disadvantage of no rhythm track and turned it into an advantage of not having 2 rhythm tracks happening at the same time during the crossfade. The actual gong ending with no missing tracks. Alright, I'll save the rest for the song. And now our moment of guitar architecture. Orion is, without question, a masterpiece. Featuring a bass solo and a harmony bass solo by Cliff Burton, 3 lead guitar solos by Kirk Hammett, and a harmony guitar solo by James Hetfield, the song has everything. Not to mention the fact that the middle section of the song, written by Cliff Burton, is their first foray into 3/4 time. And it took me 5 videos to say everything I wanted to say about it, so time to land this plane, time to say goodbye to Orion. But man, what a song. Yes, Damage Incorporated is next. Thank you so much for watching. Please like and subscribe. This is the Metallica Re-Remastered series. Stay tuned for more.